Hello, it's Nathan from NF Attractions, where today I'm going to give you some Toxicator updates. So today, while I've been at work, my boyfriend has been down to Alton Towers to try and capture it testing. Unfortunately, this wasn't the case, so in this video I'll share all the updates, what we could spot on the Toxicator site, with some exciting news about Blade, what I'll share at the end of this video. So starting off with the activity on park for Toxicator. So we starting off with the crane on site today. Unfortunately, when he arrived, the crane had already lowered, so we don't know what they were doing with that crane. I'm guessing they were adding some theming or something around the ride area, but unfortunately weren't able to capture what they were actually doing. So today as well, there was a worker on the concrete block where the ride is based on, where you've got the tunnel where you can go underneath it with a flame torch. I'm unsure what they were doing with that. I don't know if it's down to the tarmac, if they're putting anything on there, or just trying to dry something on it. I'm not sure. I don't have a clue what they're doing with stuff like this. I don't know construction. Yeah, there was doing something on there, so don't know what they're doing. But as well as that, on site today, there's been a lot of electrical teams on site. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to remember the name of the company, just remembers seeing electrical services on the side of the van. So I don't know if they've been doing work with the theming or the lighting or something like that. We know it's not for the ride system itself, as we already know by a leaked video, as well as a Towers official video. The ride has already tested once before. We don't know how much it's tested. So I'm hoping soon there'll be more testing again, so hopefully you can try and capture that on camera, and that'll be a upcoming video if we can manage to capture it. So not much activity other than that to what we can see in the videos. So let's move on to the theming aspect and everything what they've been adding to it. So when I visited on Sunday, just gone, there wasn't much, like I've mentioned. It was just like the promo photo, no more theming looked to have been added. The water dummies were on seats already. That's not changed. All the water dummies are still there. So maybe there's going to be testing soon, maybe next week now. So looking at the footage and seeing it on site, we believe that there was some form of new lighting added onto the theming, pointing up, thinking there's going to be some themed lighting for when they do After Alton Dark. We've seen what they've done with Nemesis, with night lights, with all the reds and the blues on the loop when it goes over. So we thought there's going to be something for lighting. However, thanks to Coaster Tog's knowledge, clearly I have none. It's actually just a ramp for the staff to work on. So less interest in that. So moving on to the concrete block, there was nothing to what we could see on Sunday. It was all just concrete, nothing interesting happening with that. However, today we have seen that they have now painted it. So when Ripsaw used to operate at the park, it had a yellow and black hazard stripe theme. You can see like a throwback on the counterweights on the ride, it's yellow and black. However, the tunnel and all the concrete block now appears to be painted with a black and green hazard stripe, which links nicely to the new colour scheme of the ride. As well as this as well, more actual theming has been added. Hopefully they add more. I'd like to see more to the tunnel than just painted wall. It's a bit nicer to look at than just paint, with how long that might last before it doesn't look as nice as well. But on the tanks, I believe it's going to be on the sides of the ride. They have now added some like pipework at the top of it, what you'll be able to see now. Yeah, none of that was there on Sunday, so it's nice to see that they are still adding to it. I do wonder if they're going to have some screens inside, like tanks filling up as the ride cycle goes on, or something like that. So at the end of the ride, tanks are full or something like that, linking with the theming be good, but there's no sightings of anything like screens in there yet. But that might be a later addition, like the Nemesis Eye. That could be just a last minute add-in. But one of the biggest changes in Forbidden Valley is Blade. We all know that Blade has now gone. It's not part of the lineup for 2025. Alton has revealed this after the close of last season. They put a blog post out where they got enthusiasts to put a little story behind Blade and the memories behind it all. So the ride's been operating at Tav since it opened on the 4th of April 1980. Used to be an X sector, then got moved into Forbidden Valley. When it was an X sector, it was Festival Park and not X sector itself. So the ride's very old, and to think it used to be on the circuit and operate before it even opened at Alton Towers. It's a very old ride now, so it's come to the end of its life. They've preserved it to keep it going until this new ride opens. However, now Blade has fully left the park. It is no longer on site. It looks like the op booth is currently still on park. It's a bit hard to tell. It looks like they've started removing the theming at the side of the op booth though, where they had like the blades with the yellow and black hazard stripe on it. It looks like that's just laid on top of the roof at the moment, but it's hard to get a good view of that area with how wooded it is. That's probably the biggest updates in this, that Blade has now officially left Alton Towers. Let me know if you've got any nice memories of Blade. It was the longest operating ride on park. So let me know your thoughts on Blade leaving. But as well as this, on his way out, he noticed that there's a lot of rubble in the coach park, near to where they're holding the battle galleons and Congo boats. He thinks it's about 10 foot tall, so I'm not sure where that's come from. Let me know in the comments. There's a bit of speculation, like, where's all that come from? Obviously, it could be for Toxicator, but most of the work had already been done at that point for the foundations. It's only just been added in the ride since it's short, so not sure where that's come from. Let me know your opinions down below on what you think. So if you want me to do more construction updates on what we can see on the Toxicator site, I can try and visit at least once a week. Let me know by giving this video a like or dropping a comment down below if you want to see more updates on Toxicator, the new ride for 2025. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing. It'll be greatly appreciated. But let me know in the comments as well if you're excited for this Huss top spin, what's opening this year. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.